Welcome to Dodgers Daily. I'm Casey Porter. I'm so glad that you decided to tune in. Hey, it was a big day offensively yesterday for the Dodgers, and most of it came from the prospects, so I'm super excited about that, and we're going to talk about it quite a bit in today's show. But hey, before we get started, if you like this video, if you like this kind of content, go ahead and click that like button, leave a comment, and tell all your friends about Dodgers Daily. Turn on your notifications so this Dodgers Daily podcast can keep growing, and we can keep providing you content like this in the future. Okay. There's a lot to get to. There was a lot of action for the prospects yesterday, so let's not waste any more time and let's talk Dodgers baseball. On August 7th of last year, jonnydeluca had 25 home runs. He also had 17 stolen bases, so he was on his way easily to have a 2020 year. He most likely was going to have a 30-20 year with 30 home runs, and he had an outside shot at a 30-30 year. This dude, jonnydeluca, know his name. He is talented, the young man out of Oregon. He is a switch hitter at Oregon, but he is only right-handed now. He's gotten bigger. He has the unbelievable athletic ability. Look how short and compact that swing is. jonnydeluca, man, this dude is good, so get to know his name. Boy, it's great to see Michaelbusch tie into one yesterday. Busch is off to a slow start, but that will not last. This dude can simply hit. Give him the course of regular bats over a regular season, and it'll show again in 2023. I've said it many times. I will stick behind it. If you gave him 200 to 300 major league at-bats, he will prove to be one of the better offensive players in the system. I am that high on Michaelbusch. He is that good, in my opinion, his left-handed stroke. The ability for him to hit for power and then also hit for average is fantastic. I love this young prospect. Look how short, compact, and powerful that swing is for Michaelbusch. James Outman was at it again yesterday. He doubled in 2 runs that you're seeing on your screen to continue his excellent offensive play so far for spring training. Here it comes, James Outman. He's hitting .391 so far with an OPS of 1247. He has 2 home runs and 8 RBIs. This young man, James Outman, you know, the Dodgers love their veterans, so we'll see if they give him a chance to become the everyday starter in center field. But he has earned it so far. There's not a whole lot more James Outman can do, so keep up the great work, James. Keep busting through and force the Dodgers' hand. It doesn't get much more pure than Ryanward's left-handed swing. Wardo, as he's known, is hitting .368 so far in spring training. His OPS is 1057. He was most likely going to have led the Dodgers minor leagues last year in home runs before he got hurt, and he was also probably going to hit somewhere around 300. This young man, his combination of power and the ability to hit for average, you know, he hit over 400 at Bryant for a single season, the only Bryant Bulldog ever to do that. So his combination of power and average is fantastic. I love this young hitter, Ryanward, better known as Wardo. Talented shortstop prospect eddysleonard had 2 hits yesterday. He's hitting .400 so far in spring training. His OPS is 879. Kind of like jorbitvivas, very short swing, very compact, but yet very explosive and very dynamic. This young man is very talented. He's on the 40-man. He has a big future. I would imagine he's going to start in AA Tulsa this year. He spent all last year high-A Great Lakes. We'll see if he makes it to Oklahoma City. His ETA might be as soon as 2024, but you never know. eddysleonard, very talented shortstop prospect in the Dodgers organization. Damon Keith is another outfield prospect in the Dodgers organization. That dude is simply flat rake. He was the WAC Player of the Year, as you're hearing Tim Everett say here, his junior year at Cal Baptist, and he hits to all fields. This double to right center should not come as a surprise. His opposite field percentage last year was almost 40%. So, like I said, he does that a lot. That's one of the reasons why he hits so well. This young man, Damon Keith, can flat hit. Like eddysleonard, short and compact, but yet explosive and dynamic. Look at that swing, jorbitvivas. That is powerful, but yet it's short. There's not a whole lot that can go wrong with it. I cannot wait to watch eddysleonard and jorbitvivas play up the middle for Tulsa this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. 2 very talented young men, 2 very explosive young men. Can't wait to watch those 2. Steven Duggar had 3 hits yesterday for the Dodgers, and it's interesting because he has 776 major league at-bats, so he's that guy the Dodgers love that brings major league experience, probably to start out on their AAA roster, but if there's an injury or something happens, you have a guy with 776 major league at-bats ready to plug in. That's the type of guy the Dodgers love, so we'll see what kind of depth and experience he brings to this club. I am super pumped about what Dustin May is going to bring to the table for the Dodgers this year. You know, that Tommy John, it takes 12 to 13 months to come back from physically. But then after that, as soon as you start throwing again, it takes a while to get the feels back. Look at that slider. I think just looking at that slider and looking how that four-seam up and the way that he threw yesterday and the way he's thrown in spring training, I think he has his feels back, which means, I've said it before, I think he has the nastiest stuff of anybody in the organization. If he has his feels back, watch out. He's going to have a huge year. Look at that inside pitch to a lefty. That just explodes. So this young man, Dustin May, I'm not sure I'm more excited about anybody in the organization other than him, the young man from Justin, Texas. Phil Bickford's slider looked really good yesterday. He's having a good spring training. Little small sample size, I know, for just 4.2 innings, but so far, the returns are good. His ERA is 1.93. His average against is 125, and his whip is just 0.86, and he has not walked anybody. Again, a small sample size, but so far, the returns have been good on right-hander Phil Bickford, who's been on and off. He was on 2 years ago, a little bit off last year with injuries, so hopefully he can be on again here in 2023. Victor Gonzalez is kind of in the same boat as Phil Bickford, only from the left side. Look at that sweeper. You're going to see a couple of really good sweeping sliders, and you know, he's been kind of that on and off guy like Bickford. He was good 2 years ago. Last year he dealt with injury. He finished, I think he had 3 or 4 performances with Oklahoma City at the end of the year last year, and never made it up to, there's that big sweeper, never made it up to LA, but we know when he's on and he's going right, Victor Gonzalez can really help the Major League bullpen. So I am very curious with that sweeping slider to see what he's going to bring to the table in 2023. So there you have it. The Dodgers had a big day yesterday, especially from a prospect perspective. JonnyDeluca went yard. Ryanward had another big day. Damon Keith had a big double to right center. Eddysleonard, jorbitvivas, they showed out as well. So it was a big day for the prospects, which I enjoyed very, very much. So, hey, I also hope you enjoyed this show. And if you did, go ahead and click that like button, leave a comment, tell all your friends about Dodgers Daily, turn on your notifications so Dodgers Daily can keep growing and we can keep providing you content like this in the future. As always, thanks for tuning in, and go Dodgers.